Hi everyone, I'm Ali, back to you with English grammar. Today I intend to do exercises related to conditionals, which I taught in the previous post. Here it says complete the sentences, choose from the box. If you found a wallet in the street, what would you do with it? We can use conditional type 2 to talk about what's something unreal in the present and future, and in this case, an imaginary situation. What would you do if you found a wallet in the street? I told you in conditional type 1, you can have simple past and if clause. In here, you can have subject plus would, could, might, the simple form of the verb. Well, number 2, be careful with that was. If you dropped it, yeah, it's an imaginary situation. If you dropped it, yeah, but you're not going to, it will break into small pieces. Next one, this notebook is very important to me. I'd be very upset. I would be very upset if I lost it. Imaginary situation, conditional type 2. Here we have reversed the order of clauses. I told you in case of conditionals, you can reverse the order of clauses, but if clause follows the main clause, you would need a comma separating the two clauses. Number 4, I don't expect to lose my job, but if that happened, again, imaginary situation, I'd have to find another one would have. Number 5, we are thinking about our holiday for next year. If we to Italy, would you come with us if we went? Yeah, it's not decided yet. Still an imaginary situation. I don't think he'll fail the exam. I'd be very surprised if he did, which is not going to happen. If there's a fire in the building, would you know how to put the fire out? Here we've got was, but grammatically speaking, yeah, it's better to use the, not was. Although in a spoken English, they do use was, but grammatically speaking, it's better to use the. The is grammatically correct. What do you say in these situations? Of course, you don't expect to win the lottery. Which one do you say? If I won the lottery, I'd buy a big house. Imaginary situation. You're not going to sell your car because it's old and not worth much. Which do you say? Sure, the second one, imaginary situation. You're not going to sell it. If I sold my car, I wouldn't get much money for it. You often see Sarah, and a friend of yours wants to contact her. Which do you say? If I see Sarah, I'll tell her to call you. If I so you often see Sarah. So you're very likely to see her. So you have got to use conditional type 1. I told you conditional type 1 is used to express possible action in the present and future. So if I see Sarah, I'll tell her to call you. Number 4, you don't expect that there will be a fire in the building. Which do you say? Sure, conditional type 2. What would you do if there was a fire in the building? Number 5, you've never lost your passport. You can only imagine it. So I don't know what I'd do if I lost my passport. Imaginary situation, conditional type 2. Somebody stops you and asks the way to a bank. Which do you say? If you go right at the end of the street, you'll see a bank on your left. It's not an imaginary situation, so you've got to use conditional type 1. 7, you're at the left. There's an emergency button. Nobody is going to press it. Which do you say? Again, imaginary situation, short conditional type 2. What would happen if somebody pressed that button? Complete the sentences. I'd be very scared if somebody pointed a gun at me. Imaginary situation, conditional type 2. I can't afford to buy a car. You'd have to borrow. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to buy a car. If I, bought a car, imaginary situation, I would have to borrow the money. Number 3, but that's not going to happen. If you had a party, who would you invite? Again, imaginary situation, who would you invite? Next one. Don't lend James your car. Yeah, if he asked me, if he asked me, which is not going, an imaginary situation, I would have lent him mine, so he's advising him not to lend, James his car. Number 5, I don't think Gary and Emma will get married. I would be amazed, Imaginary situation, I would be amazed if they did. Conditional type 2. If they, if somebody, I will write SB for somebody, gave me, imaginary situation, gave me $20,000, I'd have, a long holiday. Number 7, meet a famous person. So, would you be nervous? Conditional type 2, imaginary situation. Would you be nervous if you met a famous person? Number 8, what if you, imaginary situation, what would you do? What would you do if you were in a lift and it has stopped between floors? Now here it says write sentences beginning with if. We're not going to take the 10:30 train, but anyway, if we took the 10:30 train, we'd arrive too early. You say imaginary situation. We are not going to stay at a hotel. If we stayed, conditional type 2, at a hotel, comma, it would cost a lot or too much. It would cost a lot. Next one. There's no point in telling you what happened. If I told you, which I'm not going to tell you, if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Next one. Sally has no plans to leave her job, If she left, imaginary situation, her job, it would be hard. It would be hard to find another one. Next one. Kevin is not going to apply for the job. He not get it. Kevin is, if he applied for it, comma, he wouldn't get it. Well, that's it for today. I'll be waiting for your comments. Bye for now.